Hi, I'm Terry, and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. It's this Easter scrapbook page that I made using my Big Shot. Here's what I used to make this page. I used my Big Shot, my platform, my 2 standard cutting pads, and I used 2 textured impressions embossing folders. I used my square lattice and I used my perfect polka dots. But you could also use the Petals of Plenty and it would look just as good. For cardstock, I used Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, Pacific Point, Whisper White, Pear Pizzazz, and Bashful Blue. Lots of colors on this Easter page. For my stamp set, I used A Good Egg, one of my favorites for Easter. I used my wide oval punch and my Pinking Hearts border punch. I used my ribbon cutting scissors and my paper snips. I used my blender pen, and along with my blender pen, I used Bashful Blue and Daffodil Delight classic ink pads. I also used my Jet Black Stays-On pad. I used a Stampin' Sponge, and I used an Anywhere glue stick. And then, did I say my snail adhesive? I used snail adhesive. And I also used the Ice Cream Parlor ribbon that I got for free during celebration. If you don't have a package of this ribbon, then you could use the Daffodil Delight pom-pom trim. It would look just as cute and make your page just fine. All right, I'll clear off my spot and I'll be back in a moment to show you how to make the elements on the page using the Big Shot. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to use your Big Shot to create some of the egg elements on the page. So I've got my wide oval punch and my Melon Mambo cardstock, and I'm going to punch 2 eggs. And then I'm going to bring in my Daffodil Delight scrap cardstock and punch 2 eggs like that. All right. Then what I'm going to do is bring in my Big Shot, my platform, and my 2 standard cutting pads. And my sandwich is the platform, my bottom standard cutting pad. And then I'm going to use my Textured Impressions embossing folder that's the square lattice. I'm going to pop my 2 eggs inside, shoot it through open end first, put on my top standard cutting pad, and then run it through the Big Shot. Right, and there we go. I've got that element right there that makes a textured egg. Then I'm going to do the same thing, and on my scrapbook page I did the perfect polka dots, but I'm going to show you on my sample, my second sample I guess, how to do the same thing using the Melon Mambo and the Petals of Plenty, which I think is also very cute for making your textured eggs. So it's the same setup. Put it inside the Textured Impressions embossing folder, run it through the Big Shot, and you have a second set of eggs that have little flowers on them, which is really cute too. So there are my eggs. All right, so let me bring in the page and I'll walk you through what I did. All right, so the first thing I did was I took my Bashful Blue and I took the flower image from A Good Egg and I stamped the background in Bashful Blue. Did that over the whole page. Then the next thing I did was I got my eggs all ready. I stamped the chick 3 times using Jet Black Stays-On, and then I colored the bottom part of the egg using my blender pen and Daffodil Delight. Oh, the other thing I did was I used my pumpkin pie marker and made a little orange nose on my chick. That's totally optional for you. I stamped 1 additional egg in Whisper White and sponged around the edge of it in Bashful Blue just to make sort of a white egg effect. And then after I had those elements all ready, then what I did was I punched using my Pinking Hearts border punch along the Pear Pizzazz piece of cardstock. I put the ribbon strip around it, tucked it under, and then adhered the whole strip to the front of my scrapbook page. But I left the top part open because I wanted to be able to tuck the eggs and the chicks behind. Then what I did was I got 2 photo mats ready with the Whisper White and the Pacific Point. I adhered them to the page as well, and then tucked this 3rd little chick in behind for an added touch on my page. And that's it. I hope that you're taking some delightful Easter egg hunt pictures or family Easter photos today. Or maybe you've got some from the past that you would like to put on a scrapbook page. Here's a wonderful idea using your Big Shot and your Textured Impressions embossing folders. For a complete list of the supplies that I used and the measurements for all the layers on this page, please visit my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. While on my blog, don't forget to subscribe to my free customer newsletters. I have one coming out at the beginning of May, showing all sorts of really new and cool ideas for the summer mini catalog products that are going live May 1st. You can also place an order through me at my online store, or look through all the other samples I have, or email me and ask me a question. I am Terry. I am nuts about stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.